Hey, William.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, and you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So what's going on in the wonderful world of Timo Kotipelto?
Well, it's not that wonderful, but there's some stuff going on related to music, of course. Like, we just came back from this festival weekend. We played in Wacken, and then we played, which is in Germany, and then we played in Czech Republic, another a bit smaller festival, and they both went down pretty well. And now, a couple of days of promotion, and so it's all good.
Well, very good. So, Eternal, Stratovarius' 16th album, your 13th album with you at the helm. How excited are you guys for this release?
Well, thanks a lot for counting those for me, because sometimes I'm a bit puzzled, how many albums I've done with Stratovarius or so on, but 13, oh wow, okay. Well, this first of all, and there's like a couple of things what I can say about the album. First of all, we were originally like sort of planning to start recording already a year ago, but the truth is that back then we didn't have enough songs, and we had like I think 4 or 5 at the most songs that actually ended up on this album ready back then. But we did have the cover, which is strangely enough, we had the cover done before we had all the music written. And we decided that maybe, because it's always, the covers are like done at the very last, stage of the album. And then everybody's like, oh shit, we forgot the cover. We need to ask somebody to do the cover. And this time we thought, okay, let's do it a little bit differently. And then we contacted Gila, who's been doing the past 3 covers for us as well, and we explained him what kind of what we want to have on the cover. And but back then the working title was actually different, and we changed it into Eternal very late, like middle of May or something. But anyway, then this was the situation that a year ago, only 4 songs and the cover. We were like, haha, what do we do now? And then we decided, okay, let's do we wanted to play some gigs because we didn't have songs, but we still wanted to make music. And then we thought that let's do some Visions gigs. And those we did in Finland. We played the whole album. And they went down pretty well as well. And then it just took more time than normally, because for some reasons, some guys had some family business, and some, of course, we did some gigs, and then some guys did some other projects and so on. And we didn't want to rush, with the recording and then record all the songs, because some were like, well, they were shit, and now we have like a little bit better quality, so it makes more sense to wait until we had all the songs together.
Nice. So on the last couple Stratovarius albums, you guys have featured the band as a whole writing the music, whereas in like the more classic Stratovarius albums, the writing duties, really fell to one person. Can we expect that it's the same dynamic on Eternal?
Yeah, for Eternal, there were like 5 guys composing, and 4 from the lineup of Stratovarius, like Matthias, Lauri, Jens, and me, and then also Jani Liimatäinen and we composed together 3 of the songs and wrote a lot of lyrics together. So it's this has been the the group of people composing for the last almost 4 albums. After Tolkki left, then it's been, of course, more composers, because it used to be only one guy, and now suddenly there's like everybody in the band. We can put in our songs and then or demos, and then we basically decide together what songs will actually be recorded for the album. So it's always like there's a lot of course, it's a good thing is that if somebody would get like a writer's block, then of course not. If there would be only one composer, then what do? You wait for 5 years if something comes up. But now it's like we only waited for 1 year until the 5 of the guys were able to come up with songs. So it's a good thing. And then there's of course a lot of variety. Well, some variety on the album. It's still Stratovarius, but I think this is more like Stratovarius 2015. I think maybe some songs, I don't know if you agree, but I think some of the songs are like more traditional power metal compared to what we had on Nemesis, and some are more like maybe more modern Stratovarius. It's a combination.
As far as Eternal is concerned, were there any changes in the writing process where you guys really draw your influence from? Or are you guys still dipping into the same time-tested well of inspiration that you guys have been using?
Well, the thing is that basically everybody's composing by his own. Jens is composing his stuff in Sweden, and then he sends me the lyrics when I'm supposed to start recording the vocals for his songs. And it's the same thing. Then for louder songs, he sent me the lyrics. Well, actually this time, Wani and I wrote the lyrics for one of his songs, which is on the album. And then I've been lately composing quite many songs with Jani Limatanen anyways, because we've been working on Kane's Offering album, and then we've been doing a lot of duo gigs, and between these duo gigs during the weekdays, we've been just, composing new stuff. And so there's like basically the same thing which has been going on the last, this is the fourth album, that there's like so many composers. So there hasn't been so many, changes compared to the last one.
So tell us about the actual production of Eternal. Did everything go smooth or in the making, or were there bumps in the road pulling everything together?
Well, there's always bumps on the road, especially in our band. It's basically, there's been a lot of sweat, pain, and swearing for sure. That's the way it is. I mean, if making music should be easy, like, walking in a park or going to a pub to drink a beer. I mean, then probably everybody would do it, and we would do maybe 5 albums a year. But it's not, at least it's not easy for us. It's a struggle. But then again, that should be like it. There has to be some pain when you are creating art, because otherwise it just doesn't work. And especially because it's like we have so many composers, and then of course most of the guys, they prefer their own stuff. It's like, but my song, look, listen to this, it's beautiful, isn't it? And then everybody else might be like, oh, hey man, that sucks. And then it's just but I mean, maybe the person whose song just got rejected from the album, maybe he's like unhappy for a couple of days, but then later on we are doing gigs and then we are drinking beer together. So it's just normal band business. There's ups and downs for sure.
Oh, absolutely. So in support of Eternal, you guys are embarking on a tour with Glory Hammer and Divine Ascension. Can we expect that tour or some variant of it to reach other places such as North America, India, etc., etc.?
Well, I wish we could also come to tour in the US and North America, but it's I don't have any information about that. The booking agency probably has some plans, but now I think first we're gonna do 2 weeks in Finland, and then the festival in Norway. Then it's 6 weeks in Europe, and then next year I think they have some plans to maybe go to Asia and maybe South America. But so far, unfortunately, I haven't heard anything about touring in North America. I hope this would happen, but it's very, very difficult, especially because of the working visa situation. So it costs a lot of money. But I hope it will happen, because we've been touring there a couple of times in the past. So I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be possible in the future as well. But let's see how the album was received by the fans and see from there.
So there are no original founding members in Stratovarius anymore. The band has gone through massive amounts of lineup changes throughout the years, and yet has survived as almost a living, breathing entity. Would you say that Stratovarius is truly eternal?
Well, of course, that would be awesome, but of course, I think that our music is more eternal. Maybe I would be happy if somebody would listen to our music in 50 years, but I doubt that I'm gonna be there in 50 years. Of course, you never know. Maybe if I live until I'm like 110 years, who knows? But probably I'm not gonna sing power metal where I'm 100 and plus years. But but yeah, it's true. I think there hasn't been anybody from the original lineup since 1995, and I joined the band 1994. So basically, we've been having some changes. I've been in the band for the last 20-something years, and then I think Jens has been almost 20 years as well. And sometimes we joke about it, like that Stratovarius is maybe we are like a hockey team, that there's the manager is changing a little bit, and then there's another player coming in, and then the next one goes out. But now, of course, we've been this is the second album that we've been recording with Rolf Bilvet, our drummer, and fourth album with Matthias. So it seems that this lineup has been very stable, and we have lots of fun together. And I mean, there's no bad blood or anything. It's just we are in for the music, and we have fun together, and hopefully we make good albums. But if this is eternal, well, nobody knows. I don't think there's any band who's eternal, but let's see.
So the fans have been very happy with the lineup on the last few albums. You guys have been getting a lot of really good reception on your newer albums. But would Stratovarius ever consider a reunion with the more classic lineup of Stratovarius, or would it be impossible for members to work with each other due to the old tensions?
Well, some of the guys are not really playing so much anymore from the classical, if you call this classic lineup, which was like when Jörg, Kainulainen, and Tolkki were in the band. And Jörg is nowadays booking bands. Actually, he's also booking our band, and he plays as a hobby. But I don't think that actually, we were joking about it, because he's going to be a tour manager for a couple of shows in the next few weeks, where we are playing as well. And then we were talking, hey, how about like 2 drum kits on the stage so you can come and play some songs with us? But he was like, no, I don't want to do it. But he knows, of course he can still play, but probably, because that was the reason why he left the band, because he wanted to concentrate on the booking, and he didn't have enough time to, rehearse and so on. So it was like a natural thing. So I don't think that he would like to, even consider this option. And I haven't been in contact with Tolkki for some years, so I wish him all the best, but I doubt that this will ever happen. So.
All right. So as the longest standing member of Stratovarius, you guys, you have seen the brunt of all the turbulent times for the band, through all the chaotic lineup changes and the controversy and stuff like that. Do you think that the name of Stratovarius has become stronger as a result, or do you think that these things have left a scar on the band's reputation?
Well, of course, the times in the years 2000, between 2005 and 2007, and also already before that, there was some problems and a lot of bullshit that should never have happened. So, of course, they damaged the band a lot. But then again, I think that with the last 3 albums and with the new album, we've been slowly getting the trust back from the fans, and they've seen that there's no more bullshit. This is about the music, and especially if they come to see us playing live, then they know that this band is pretty good live. So it's been a long process, and we are still going higher on the ladder. But it's this is what we want to do. I mean, then again, it's the same thing in a way. When I joined the band 1994, this kind of music was so uncommercial, and I still remember a lot of my friends told me that, hey, what the fuck, you want to sing this kind of music? I mean, you're never going to make your living. Nobody listens to this kind of melodic power metal. But then a few years later, we were touring in Europe, and we were getting bigger and so on. But then again, music scene is a circle, Some music is like, this year might be very popular, and next year is like down there, and it keeps on changing and everything. Of course, the music business is in turmoil. There's not so much income from the actual, recordings. and people are probably not buying so many albums. But I'm happy that metal fans, they actually understand that this, if they support the bands, then they might get new music next year. Because I mean, it's a tough business. But then again, we just love doing this, and I don't see that we should, do any major changes, like suddenly try to think, to change the style a little bit to be more commercial. That's not going to happen. I mean, I still want to do our music instead of, changing the style, even though I would be a millionaire. This is not our thing. We want to keep playing this, what we do right now.
So we can expect this lineup to stick around for a long time then?
Well, I sincerely hope so. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't last.
Awesome. So for me personally, when I think of like the perfect power, what the perfect power metal song would be, Hunting High and Low comes to my mind. So, in your opinion, as one of the most influential musicians in power metal history, how would you describe the perfect power metal song?
Well, actually, it's nice to hear that you think so, because I mean, that's one of the songs this song that, I mean, we have to play every evening. If we wouldn't play Hunting High and Low, then of course people would be like, what the fuck is this? They're not playing Hunting High and Low,
To rip you apart in the parking lot.
Yeah. It's like, of course, when we are rehearsing for the tours or festivals, whatever, it's not probably the most it's not the song that everybody's waiting to play in the rehearsals. But when we go and play it live, it's a totally different scene. It's like, then it's of course it's our Paranoid, It's like Black Sabbath, they always need to play Paranoid, or Iron Maiden, people are expecting them to play The Trooper. So, but I don't mind playing it. But of course, I've been singing it probably, I don't know, 1,500 times, so maybe 2,000 times in my life, I don't know. But every time it's a different day, a different audience, even different venue very often. So that's pretty cool. But to answer your question, I think, well, this is one of the songs, of course, what I would suggest to be like, if you never heard about power metal and then you want to listen to some song as an example, that might be a song from us. But then again, I think to me, maybe even more like outside Stratovarius songs, I think I would pick some songs from like early Halloween with Kiska singing in it. That would be probably like Eagle Fly Free, or some songs from the Keyboard of the Seven Keys Part 1 or whatever. So I think they are the pioneers. And they were the pioneers even before us. So, of course, a lot of, journalists consider that Halloween and us, but I think they did their albums a couple of years earlier than us. So, I would say that they are the pioneers of power metal.
Can we expect anything new from your solo project, Kotipelto, anytime soon?
I think I still have one record option left for the label, but I've been thinking, of course, now that I actually have some songs, but I don't have any time, because it's not easy peasy to, just to record an album, because then I need to do everything basically myself. What comes to, I think Yanni will be helping me with composing songs and maybe even writing lyrics, but then it's also the solo projects. It takes so much time. I think it takes probably alone like 6 months composing, and then you have to organize all the players and hire the studios, and then you are the only one who's taking care of everything. But I've done it, of course, 3 times in the past, so I know what the process is, but it just takes time. But it's not going to happen this year, but I mean, it might happen next year. I don't have any solid plans, but I haven't, forgotten about it. So I have some songs for sure, but not the full album yet, no.
Could you please describe the new Stratovarius album, Eternal, in just one sentence?
Eternal is an album which has epic power metal songs, fast power metal songs, mid-tempo power metal songs, and they are all eternal. So check it out.
Awesome.
I don't
Thank
know.
you. Thank you so much for your time.